Hector Macdonald, Truth, How the Many Sides to Every Story Shape Our Reality. Welcome to an engaging exploration of Hector Macdonald's book, Truth, How the Many Sides to Every Story Shape Our Reality, where we venture into the fascinating world of competing truths. In this summary, we will cover the multiple perspectives and realities that exist in our world, how first impressions affect our opinions, and the different types of communicators that shape the information we receive. Get ready to reflect on the wider picture before passing judgment on any truth, and learn about the various ways in which truth can be used to inform, deceive, or inspire us.
Truth is plural. We often oversimplify the world by failing to acknowledge multiple truths about people, events, and things. The internet, for example, has made knowledge available but also flooded us with fake news. Amazon is viewed as both a ruthless money-making devil and a great platform for self-publishing. Recognizing these competing truths is crucial to understanding the wider picture before passing judgment. We must be mindful of selective truths that shape our judgments. The power of selective truth. The first information we receive about something often shapes our opinions and subsequent attitudes towards it. This is evident in the case of quinoa, which was celebrated as a superfood until reports surfaced about its detrimental impact on the environment. Our susceptibility to selective truths can inform our entire mindset and choices, from buying lunch to voting. It's important to ensure that the facts on which we base our opinions add up, as truth can both inform and deceive us. The power of selective truth. The way we use truth can have both positive and negative impacts. Selective truths can be responsibly used by doctors and government officials to provide clarity without causing panic. However, this same technique can also be maliciously employed to deceive and manipulate. An example of the latter is the Texas Department of State Health Services, which used selective truths to push an ideological agenda by implying a false link between abortion and breast cancer. Overall, the selective use of truth can shape our perception of reality and influence our behavior. We must always be aware of how this power is wielded by different types of communicators. The three communicator types. The book excerpt delves into the characteristics of three types of communicators: advocates, misinformers, and misleaders, and how they shape the audience's impression of reality. We encounter various communicators daily, and their messages may impact our beliefs and decision-making. In the book excerpt, the author classifies communicators into three: advocates, misinformers, and misleaders. Advocates aim to construct a positive impression of reality by selectively using information. They use competing truths to achieve their constructive goals while preserving a reasonably accurate view of reality. Misinformers make people perceive conflicting realities without intending to do so. For example, the psychologists that proclaimed left-handed people to die earlier due to an oversight in their findings. Lastly, misleaders purposely use competing truths to fabricate a false impression of reality. A toothpaste brand advertisement claiming a high percentage of dentist recommendations, though dentists recommended other brands, is an example of misleadership. The author cautions that competing truths are morally neutral. Their impact and direction depend on their communicators. Like a box of matches, how they get used depends on the user's intentions. Therefore, it's essential to pause and consider the source of any fact presented, whether it's a commercial or a politician. Knowing the communicator's identity helps to interpret the information's accuracy and impacts one's perception of reality. Overall, the book excerpt underscores the critical role of communicators in shaping people's beliefs and attitudes towards reality. The importance of scrutinizing historical narratives. The article warns against trusting historical narratives presented by organizations and individuals with ulterior motives. It highlights how corporations, states, and even historical losers selectively omit events to shape their preferred narrative. The article provides examples of these omissions, such as Coca-Cola ignoring Fanta's Nazi origins and Israeli textbooks omitting the Nakba. The article emphasizes that these omissions have real-life implications, such as creating a climate of ignorance that emboldens white supremacists. The author encourages readers to scrutinize historical narratives and learn their history in order to prevent being exploited. The ever-changing landscape of moral truths. Explore the evolution of moral beliefs, from ancient times to modern society. This book examines how different societies held radically different beliefs and how the perception of drugs and addiction has shifted. The author demonstrates how moral attitudes can be manipulated over time and how our understanding of addiction has evolved into an illness with societal causes. Decoding the truth behind numbers. Governments, brands, and headlines use numbers to manipulate the truth. This summary emphasizes the significance of understanding the context of numbers and how they're being utilized to avoid being misled. It provides examples of how changing the measurement of something can fit a specific truth, and how impressive numbers can be deceiving. In today's world, we're bombarded with numbers from all directions. From government spending to alarming headlines, to supermarket shelves filled with percentages, we often find ourselves bewildered by the numbers. Government statistics can be distorted by changing the way something is measured to fit a particular truth. For example, Canada and Australia are not the most dangerous countries in the world, yet they have the highest kidnapping rates. It's because they include parental disputes over child custody in their kidnapping numbers. Similarly, Sweden has the second highest incidence of rape, but this is due to its broad legal definition of the crime and its better reporting methods. Brands often use impressive numbers in marketing to impress consumers, and we often fall prey to it. For instance, Original Source Mint in Tea Tree claims to pack 7,927 real mint leaves into each bottle of shower gel. But how many leaves are enough to compress into a shower gel, and is 7,927 an impressive number? It's always crucial to question the context of numbers to avoid being deceived or impressed. Alarming statistics are often used to sway public opinion quickly. However, it's always necessary to dig deeper and find the underlying context. British Prime Minister Theresa May announced that she would invest £2 billion in affordable housing, which sounds like a significant number. But it's only enough to build an extra 25,000 new homes, which is insignificant compared to the 1.2 million households on public housing waiting lists. In conclusion, the context of numbers is essential, and we need to be conscious of how they're being used. The next time an alarming statistic comes your way, dig deeper and find the underlying truth. Don't let numbers manipulate you. The power of competing truths. The book highlights how competing truths can be used to motivate and inspire employees to achieve their best potential. By choosing the best narrative, a company can shape its brand, employees, and its customers. Barclays, for example, inspires its employees about its founder's principle of honesty, integrity, and straightforward dealing. Ericsson, on the other hand, was successful in connecting automated technologies by using its history as a technology pioneer. The right truth can be used to manage change in a company and drive growth.
As we wrap up our journey through Hector Macdonald's book, it's worth remembering that the truth is often plural, and many sides to a story shape our reality. Be mindful of the competing truths we encounter daily, and consider who is conveying the information, as well as their intent. Recognize that historical events and moral truths are subject to manipulation, and always question the context of statistics and numbers. By being more aware of these elements, we can make better informed decisions and judgments, learn from history, and navigate an increasingly complex world with greater accuracy and understanding.